In YouTube.
Try hitting it in OBS as well.
Well, it says live on YouTube.
Okay.
And where is it on OBS?
Down by the record button. Hold on.
Are you seeing me?
YouTube is, of course, being a shit.
I don't know if I'm live right now. Prince, hi. If I am, could you let me know in the chat? Um, okay. Okay, Gigi, you need to get down, buddy.
Go on your channel right now. Find out. You're live.
Oh, am I? Okay, cool. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Excellent. I'm just going to start talking then. Hi, Prince. Thank you for joining me on my first stream. Let's see. It took me a second when you were, I don't care about that. We're going to close that. When you said talk about Mad's chicken on the table in regards, I thought you were talking about in regards to Dust Bunny, the movie. And I'm like, I know I have a bad memory, but I do not remember any chicken on the table. So I Googled it, and did you mean Men and Chicken, that movie that he was in? Because if you do, I haven't seen that one yet. So let me know if that's what you meant. Um, so, honey, can you like type something in if it's working? Okay, yeah, okay. All right, so until someone throws something in the chat, I am just going to start rambling aimlessly, I guess. That's always fun. Um, if you saw the, what is it? The trailer thing or whatever, the movies behind, as Prince saw, one of them was Dust Bunny. So I figured we could just like talk about movies that we've been watching lately, horror movies, hopefully. But like if there's something else out there that you've watched that you really, really like and recommend, I mean, obviously let us know in the chat too, because sharing is caring. Um, so the past week, I've watched Spell from 2020, and that was recommended from someone, I think, on Davy Deathray's channel. That person seemed to be really into voodoo and hoodoo movies, which is cool because I enjoy them as well. One that I really enjoy and really, really, really recommend is Skeleton Key. That's an oldie. I don't even know, 15 years at least, probably. Um, and Spell was like Skeleton Key in a lot of ways. They had boogity dolls, which are kind of like voodoo dolls. So you put, people's hair and fingernails and stuff into the doll, and then whatever you do to the doll happens to the person. So that was interesting. I will say that Skeleton Key, yeah. Hi, Corrine. Skeleton Key is an awesome movie. I will say out of the two, out of Spell or Skeleton Key I thought was way better. Spell had potential, but it also had problems, like most every movie does. I don't feel like there's a movie that I can say that is like perfect. I'm sure there's like whole lists on YouTube and Facebook and everything that does have perfect movies, but not I. Last one I saw. Oh yeah, Ready or Not 2. That one I did enjoy as well. It wasn't as good as the first Ready or Not, um, but I mean, it had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. I can't think of her brother. I can't think of his character's name or his actual name, but he plays a doctor in the pit, and that's another movie or TV show that I really enjoy. So if you like hospital shows, I think they just finished season 2 of The Pit. That's one I highly recommend. Oh yeah, he was in Down to You as well, the guy from The Pit and the brother from Ready or Not too. He like was heavy into lifting weights, and he was like a total jerk, but I think he had some amusing parts in it too. I don't remember. Down to You, like we watched years ago. But that one had Freddie Prinze Jr. in it, which is Sarah Michelle Gellar's husband. This is like amazing that I'm remembering people's names because usually I do not remember people's names at all. But yeah. Lock and Key. I think I think I started watching Lock and Key. I don't think I finished that one though. Um, and there wasn't that many seasons of it, if I remember right. Maybe two. And I think Lock and Key was also a book series as well. Oh, okay. The guy's name is Sean Haddisy. Oh, yeah, he was totally scuzzy on Dude Bro. Down to You. And Sean Haddisy, I don't remember exactly what it was. He must be reading, he's doing like a book on CD or whatever, or audiobook. And I think it's like an erotica book. And it was like being spammed all over my Facebook. And I'm like, okay, well, good for him. I'm not an audiobook person, so that's not something I would listen to, but gazillions of people do, so that's great. Um, okay, for yeah, Lock and Key, we watched the first season, but not the second. It's based on a graphic novel. Okay. I found it on Copa. That's oh, I don't. It got deleted, so okay, that's awesome. Um, oh, it does have an actual ending. That's nice because I hate like when you're watching a TV show and they just kind of like cut the show off or they don't renew it, so then like they just give a stupid ending and you're like, okay, that was, worth the 2 years of my life that was wasted before and I didn't get to see a good ending. So that's cool. Maybe we'll have to I'll actually have to finish Lock and Key then because I did enjoy the first season if I remember. I feel like that was a while ago though too. I don't know. Time. It is. Yeah. Woo. Let's see, what else have I watched this past week? I have a little cheat sheet because, like I said, I do not remember things well. Dust Bunny was the other one, and Prince, who had come in right at the beginning, had mentioned that one. Mads Mikkelsen is in it, and I enjoy him. He was in the TV series Hannibal, which I think came out 2013. So that was, oh my goodness, 13 years ago. Like, how does time go that fast? That is crazy. But like, it started out strong, the Hannibal TV series, and it was only 3 seasons. The first 2 seasons were excellent. And then the third season, it like started getting really trippy and weird, which is fun in its own way, but it felt totally disjointed to me at least, for compared to the first 2 seasons. So I think I did finish all of Hannibal, but as you can tell from I think my facial expressions that season 3 didn't do much for me and I really don't remember that much about it. Um, and as Prince had said in the movie Dust Bunny, he can't say Aurora at all. I can't even say how he says it. It's like, I can't even say it. But every time he says it, the child in the show, she corrects him. And it's just funny because, like, he doesn't get mad at her and he just tries to say it again. And it sounds not correct. And she just repeats it over and over again. But if you haven't seen Dust Bunny, it's more of a thriller than a horror, and it's a really sweet movie. This little girl, she has a monster under her bed, and it takes her parents. And Mads Mikkelsen is a contract killer, and she watches him leave their apartment building one night and follows after him and sees him kill some people, but she doesn't actually see him kill people. It's kind of like a kid's imagination. So there's like a Chinese dragon because they're in Chinatown. So it's like up in the air and like stars and everything. So it's not really graphic, but some of the parts are. But I don't know, it's a really sweet movie. And I would actually recommend that one. And like I said, it's not so much horror, it's more of a thriller one. Um, I was gonna say John Wick, but it's not. It's not like John Wick because that movie is just a lot of death and. But I don't blame the dude because like, if you hurt animals, like yeah, I do not blame him for going off at all on people. Yeah. Let's click down. Okay. My things are very weird. There we go. Okay. Let's see what else I got to talk about. If anyone has other shows that they've watched that you want to throw in, even if it's not a horror movie, I mean, horror movies are preferable, but thrillers, and I enjoy heist movies too. Italian Job is like one of my all time favorites. Let's click this. Bloop. Oh, yeah, we'll have to finish Lock and Key, definitely. Oh, I watched The Confession last night from 2026. It, hmm. So basically, this woman is a singer, like a rock singer, and her father is a preacher, and he commits suicide. This was kind of a cool difference. Most people weigh themselves down with rocks or whatever when they go into water and commit suicide. So that's not cool at all. At all. But he had like bags around his neck and he stuffed them with holy Bibles. So, I mean, I thought that was like fitting and different. And it plays into later on in the movie why he did that. So it actually, there is a reason for it. But so he ends his life. Horrible. Please don't. There's lots of resources out there. Please, go do what you need to do to find those, if that's a thing. Anyway, okay. So, and then 9 years later, so his daughter is pregnant at the time. And then 9 years later, they end up moving to his house because she's not making it as a rock star. And then she finds this tape up in the attic, and it's a confession that he murdered someone. And it's basically a Pied Piper story. So this town gets covered in water, and like 50 years ago or whatever, and they the ice cream man or the milkman in town is angry and he wants to punish the people, so he has children in there. And then her son in the now time is starting to do bad things and turn into a bad person. So you have all that playing, and I enjoyed it. And then it gets to the part, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, or if I continue to live chat and you watch my live chats, you will see that I hate when they dumb down things where like something happens and then 3 minutes later they have to repeat or show you something that just happened. So this is what's happening in this movie. Like this big long diatribe is said, and it's really interesting and fascinating. But then towards the end, they replay like a quarter of it, and you've just seen this like a half an hour later, and then literally, so like 10 more minutes the movie happens, and then it ends almost, and then they like repeat everything all over again just to hammer it home so you know what they're talking about. And it's like, dude, at this point, if you do not get the message of this movie, like I don't know, you need pudding or something instead, something more easy for your body to consume than this media. So yeah, but it was good otherwise. But yeah, so take that as you will. Let's get back to the chat because I've just been rambling, which I think people on chats do. You just ramble. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, okay. Bloop bloop bloop. Yes, hurting animals is very bad. And then the little boy hurts another animal, and it's horrible. Okay. Other one. Oh, that makes me sad about Edward Norton only being there because he had a contract thing and didn't like it. Yeah, I love Edward Norton. Do do do. What? Oh God, it's the second screenification of T. Oh, is that what it's called? Second screenification? Okay, I've never heard that before, but it is horrible. And that's true. Everyone's scrolling TikTok while they're watching. They're consuming too much media to focus on one media, so you don't see anything and nothing really gets into you, which is, it's a thing. Hi, Carmen. How are you? Pudding! Second screenification. So the whole pudding thing, I don't know if you watched Supernatural, Dean in there, Jensen Ackles, there's this one episode where he's in the hospital. I don't remember if it's an insane asylum or just a regular hospital. And I think he needs to distract the nurse, if I remember correctly. I mean, it's been years since I've watched it. So he drops his pants and he like throws up his hands and just yells pudding. So yeah, that's fun to do. Oh, it was a morgue? I don't remember. Yeah. Pudding is a perfect nickname, and I will greatly accept pudding as a nickname. Carmen, have you seen any like horror or thrillers lately at all? And I've read, I mean, reading too. I have a book here, and it's actually I have it showcased back there. So I'll just talk about that really quick since it's here. It's Goddess by Emily Marcus Gong. This is a really good book. The short stories, I think there's 8 of them in here, and they're horror bents and mythological, obviously by the title of Goddess. But like the first story, the first short story, when I got to the end, I'm like, oh, dang. So that was like really surprising and good. And then there's another one in here that kind of had different viewpoints of a really famous thing that happened in Greek mythology, but you see it like from the viewpoint of the virgins in the temple that are the goddess virgins. I'm not explaining that correctly, but basically these women are in the temple and they're what's the word? Worshiping the goddess. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. So you see them from like the people in their point of view, and then the soldiers who are raiding, and then like the men who are fighting against the soldiers, and like each version gets shorter and worse, and it's like a bad form of telephone where like you start the message, I love Christmas, and it ends with like Rudolph shot grandma in the foot and then ate her brains, so it gets really violent and weird, but it's really good. So if you like to read, I highly recommend this one. And this is her first book, and it's not self-published, but it's a small press. So I always love finding authors, new authors, or self-published authors. So highly recommend this one. Let's see what else we got. Anything? Oh God, we got the YouTube or whatever for the pudding gift. That's always fun. Nothing recently. I totally understand, Carmen, why nothing recently. And yeah, lots of things. I Am Legend. That's the one. I didn't read the book, and I'm gonna like totally. Yeah, that was the Will Smith movie, right? I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't see your next comment. I should have kept reading. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I don't remember much about it. I remember there's a dog in the movie, and I think that with like zombies? No, vampires. Wasn't it vampires? I don't know. Obviously it didn't move me month. Vampires. Okay, good. So, like, do I need to read the book? Is it worth it? Do you think that I would enjoy that one? All right, let's see. There's a dog in the book too. Yes, I knew that, but it plays a different sort of role from the movie. Is it? I don't know. Well, don't answer that, because if I read the book, then I don't want to know what it is. Um, oh, another one that I watched, it's called Night Watch, and it's on, I don't remember what channel it's on, but it's with Justin Long. So if you do watch horror movies, and he's in other movies too. I mean, he's in a bunch of stuff. He even does comedy and whatnot. But it seems like all the horror movies that he's in, he ends up dying. Like he was in, oh God, I can see the monster perfectly in my head, but I'm not gonna be able to think of the title of the movie now because I'm trying to actively think of it. He like comes every like 27 years or something and kills, and it's like him and his sister. I don't know. It'll come to me eventually. But anyway, so I wanted to watch it because Justin Long, I enjoy him a lot, and I wanted to see, since this is a horror movie, if he was going to get killed in it. So anyway, I actually did a video of it, and put it up on YouTube, but they did not like it. So it was copyright. I didn't like have any strikes against me, but they're like, we're not going to show you this to like 57 territories. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not monetizing it. And if people can't see it, that's perfectly fine. Whoever can see it. But then one of the territories that people couldn't see it in is the United States. So I'm like, that's stupid. So I ended up just deleting it because, I mean, if people can't see it, then they can't see it. So anyway, I'll talk about it here because I do not recommend that movie. Do not waste your time on it. It was so bad. Like, the video that I recorded was amusing because I had so much snarky commentary for it, but it was bad. And it's a vampire one again too, and the cops are the vampires, and then you have Bloods and Crips in there, and these vampires like frame the Crips, I think it is. So then the Bloods are attacking them and everything, and then the vampire police come in and like they tell dispatch, you don't need to come, we're handling everything, aka we're like killing everyone. And then you have these the people in the neighborhood, this mom, she seems like she's crazy, and she's handing out, like having her son hand out pamphlets to everyone about like Zulu warriors and stuff who were basically fighters of vampires. So when all these vampires are coming, people are like, oh, I guess I should have read the pamphlet because I don't know how to kill a vampire. So then you have these actual people who, like herself and her son, who are just doing stupid things when it comes to vampires. And then, oh God, towards the end of the movie, the mom is like, oh, I have something back at the house that will like take care of everything. And it's like, lady, why didn't you say this before? Like, all these people were killed and like, and or put in cages and or like being siphoned of their blood. So then, okay, major spoilers, but seriously, you do not need to watch this movie at all. So then she sends her son back to the apartment building to get this thing that is going to take care of everyone. And it's basically a Zulu like outfit, so it's African tribal. And at first it says, what did it say? It said something like missile on the box. And I'm like, oh, cool. So he's gonna, just blow them all up. Okay, that's great. But like, A, how could you forget that you have a missile in your house? Or B, how could you forget that you have this tribal outfit with the spear in your house that takes care of vampires? So anyway, so then he opens it up and you see this tribal thing and I'm like, okay, whatever. But like, that was like just the pinnacle of how stupid it was. So do not recommend that one at all. So I guess in a way, I'm a little sad that like YouTube didn't show it to people because like I said, my commentary was amusing, but it was not worth people's time at all to watch. Let's go back. I'm just gonna click and see if it did just go back. That's good. Shudder, yeah, Night Watch I think was on Shudder. Oh, I always call it Night Watch. It's Night Patrol. There's like a whole bunch of other movies I think that are actually called Night Watch, but whatever. It sucks, so you don't need to watch it all. So normal cop shit, but they're pretty much, yeah, but they're vampires too. Yeah, it was a horrible, horrible movie. Okay, what else? Oh, I just went on Tuesday. If anyone, I mean, we don't have to talk about horror movies either, like, or if whatever you want to throw in, we can. I mean, feel free. But I did just go see Over Your Dead Body, and on Tuesday, the one with Samara Weaving. She is the woman from Ready or Not and Ready or Not 2, and then Jason Segel's in it too, How I Met Your Mother, and he's in this TV show that I'm watching now. It's called Shrinking. I think it's maybe season 4. It's really, really good. Harrison Ford is in it too, and like other people you probably recognize, and it's a sweet, it's dramatic, it's funny, it's a perfect blend of everything. So anyway, Over Your Dead Body. I'm not going to say spoilers since it is like just in the theater right now. It was good. It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller with comedy thrown in. Okay, a little side story before. So I went to the early one on Tuesday, and the early one's like never busy, which is great because I like not people around me. So there's 7 of us in the theater, and like the previews had just started, and the last person has walked in the theater, and like he and I like lock eyes, and we do like the bro nod, just it was just amusing. I'm like, where did that come from? And then he sat like in front of me a bit of ways. And it was amusing because we were both like laughing very loudly at the same funny parts to us, but some people may not find them funny. And like if I was more of a social person, I feel like after the movie I should have went up to him and been like, "Hey dude, like we should become friends because I feel like we have the exact same sense of humor." So there's parts of the movie that we're laughing at that were really graphic and violent and like no one else in the theater was laughing. So that was fun. Yeah. But anyway, so it's a thriller, it's not a horror. It is comedic. There are graphic parts like I said, body parts are cut off or bit off or whatever. But if you enjoy the actors, if you like thrillers, if you have a dark sense of humor, that's one that I would recommend as well. And Timothy Oliphant is in it as well. And he was in Santa Clarita Diet, which I have it up on my list because I did write some stuff down. That came out in 2017 and it has 3 seasons. It's a comedy and it's really amusing. I highly recommend that one. What is her name? The girl from E.T., the little girl. She's not little anymore. She's about my age. Um, anyway, she's in Santa Clarita Diet too. Yeah, Drew Barrymore. She's in Santa Clarita Diet as well. Um, and it's about zombies, which I am not like a huge fan of zombies, but that one was worth it and it's really good. And then also in that one, in the Santa Clarita Diet, is he's a kid in there, or like 18 or 17, but his name is Skylar Gisondo, Gisondo. And he's also in The Righteous Gemstones, which I highly recommend. It's like a religious show, and it's so over the top and so disturbing, but it's so good. And then he's also in Haunted Hotel, which is an animated series that came out last year. And then they did renew it for a second season. And that was just like a fun cartoon, like a 20-minute cartoon. So if you're like eating lunch or something, you just want to throw something on and you enjoy horror. There's like this demon in it he makes me laugh, the little demon child does. Let's go back to the chat since I've been blobbing on and on and on. Yeah, uncomfortable eye contact totally between me and the guy with the guy nod. Yeah, and he felt like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it. Like I said, I think we could have been friends. Oh God, yeah. One time, not one. Well, many times, my husband and I have gone to the movies, and we went to the South Park movie when it first came out. Like, I don't know, 2000, whenever that movie came out, like decades ago, and it was it a Hitler reference or Satan or something? I don't know. But my husband has a very, very big laugh. And we were in Madison and it was a big theater and it was like packed. And yeah, it was a Hitler Nazi reference. And he laughed very loudly and no one else in the entire movie theater laughed. So that was uncomfortable, but amusing at the same time because it amused him, so that's all that matters. Maybe you'll see him at another horror movie. Who are you talking about? Let's see. What time is it? Oh gosh, it's already 7:30. Time goes so quickly. Oh yeah, maybe I will see that guy at another movie, and maybe I'll be brave enough to actually talk to him this time and be like, "Hey, dude, do you want to like, I don't know, sit next to each other and make snarky comments the next time we watch a movie together or something or whatever? Because why not?" Yeah, I'm not going to invite him over to my house right away though, because that's just weird. It'd have to be like coffee or something first, but I don't drink coffee, so whatever. Maybe he drinks blood. Maybe he drinks coffee. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Ooh, they will. Yeah. Is it actually like out already on video on demand? They Will Kill You? Because yeah, I totally want to see that one, and it does have a Ready or Not knockoff vibe. I think it came out like the week after Ready or Not too, but it also has like a Tarantino vibe, like in I don't know why I think that, but I do. And I'm 99% positive I am correct. All right. Yay! I'll be on our video demand. Let's see what else I got. Uh, I went and saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy, the new one. That Lee Cronin was the director of the latest Evil Dead. So if you enjoy the Evil Dead series, or if you just watched the latest Evil Dead and enjoyed that one, you will like this movie, most likely. I enjoyed it for the most part. I'm not going to say much because, like I said, it just came out, so I don't want to spoil this one for you. But I'm not a huge fan of body horror. But since so much horror has body horror in it, I often watch body horror. So, yeah, take that for what it is. So this one, obviously not obviously, because you don't, maybe you know nothing about this movie. I don't know your life. I don't know what TV you've seen previews or have not. So this little girl gets kidnapped, and 8 years later she was found in a tomb in Egypt, encrypted in an esophagus, and she's like basically like a mummy, and it's really gross and disgusting. So the movie was good, and no spoilers, but I feel like some of the really gross parts were just put there to have the gross icky factor in it, and it got kind of boring actually, because you're just like, okay, well, there's this one part that's like really gross and disturbing, but then the other stuff, it just felt like it kept going on and on, like me talking on, and it was just like, okay. But the other thing that really annoyed me about the movie, I like communication. I like communication in relationships. And their communication, okay, now granted, they lost their child 8 years ago. The father was the last one who was supposed to be watching the child, and the child got kidnapped under his watch. But previously, the mother, this had been going on for a while. The child was meeting with this person on their property. So the mother was also not at fault, but she was also not aware where her child was at all times. So they were kind of blaming each other. Totally understand that, and the fact that they're still together 8 years later is kind of a miracle in my mind, because I would think divorce would be very high in their life. So anyway, you have that. But the communication in this movie was horrible. Okay, so you have the mom who's like looking after the child who was returned, and they have two other children as well. But then you have the father who is like a reporter, and he's investigating. And I enjoyed that part, the murder mystery investigation. But he's finding these big things out, and he is not telling anyone in his family at all, which is ridiculous, because even if, first of all, he should have told them. But even for the storyline, for the writing of the story, he could have told them all this information, and there was still so much craziness going on with this supernatural mummy stuff that like the movie would have had enough craziness like with him telling her everything that was going on. So to me, that felt like really bad, lazy writing. But as I say all this, and it sounds like I'm like ragging on the movie, and yeah, but it was a really good movie. And if you do enjoy The Evil Dead, or if you enjoy like horror movies, I would definitely go see that one. So yeah. What else we got? Yes, The Righteous Gemstones. Oh, you're gonna rewatch it. Awesome. I haven't finished the last season yet. I need to. Like, I do that. I almost finish a show and then I just don't. And I think it's because like shows that I really, really like, I want to savor them a little bit more. I want to keep them around a little bit more. But I do need to finish it. That show's awesome. Oh, speaking of gore, this is an older movie now, but back in high school I saw Dead Alive. Oh God, yeah. I can still see the poster for that one. It was like the mouth coming, yeah, but anyway, which is a horror comedy splatter. I don't like remember much about it at all, the Dead or Alive one, but by Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings. Huh, okay. I wonder what other horror movies that he's if he's made any other horror movies. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. I know tons of people like Lord of the Rings. I'm not one of those people. Yes. There was another show that I used to watch. I think maybe Once Upon a Time. That's not right. Maybe I don't know. But it was basically I think it was on for like 8 years, 7 or 8 years. But I think it was on ABC too. It was like all the fairy tales were like and actual people like it was combined. I'm not speaking this well, selling this well at all. But anyway, so there's that show that like I said it was like on for 8 seasons. And it was like when the seasons were still long, not like 10 episode seasons, but like 24 episode seasons. And I would get angry like every season because like stupid things would be happening. And so I'd quit like around, I don't know, like episode 13 or 14. And then summer would come along and then I'd finish the episode because like I had time to cool down and like I wanted to watch it because I really enjoyed it. And I think it was called Once Upon a Time. I don't know. It was a good show though. Okay. I have seen a lot of TV in my life, which is insane, and read a lot of books too. So I feel like that evens out. But when I was a kid, I lived out in the country and there was like no kids around for me to play with. So, and we had a satellite. So I was either reading or watching TV or outside in the woods, I don't know, exploring the marshes and the trees and probably getting like Lyme's disease or something. So that's cool. Cool, cool, cool. What else do we got? I talked about spell, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Satan's Little Helper. I think this coming Wednesday is when I have the YouTube video review of it, or like a watch. I'm watching it. So I'm not going to say too much about it. It's a dark comedy. There's a little kid in there. He's like about 10. His name is Dougie. And I feel like he and I are kindred spirits because like we have the darkness in us, but we're so sweet and like amused easily at the same time. We're sweet to people we like. So, but he's not sweet to someone that he doesn't like. So yeah, Dougie and I are twinsies. Yeah, so that'll be coming up next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday because it's already Friday. Yay, Friday! Now, here's a show that I think just came out recently. It's a TV show and it's called Widow's Bay. I haven't started watching it yet, and I think it's only like 2 episodes in. I might watch one tonight actually, but um, this is the short synopsis of it. The mayor of a New England town resolves to turn Widow's Bay into a tourist hotspot, despite the locals' warnings that it's cursed. And it looks funny, and it, pardon me, it has like a Stephen King, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like fishing village vibe to it, which I always enjoy. So if you've seen that one at all, let me know if you like it so far. Like I said, I think only 2 episodes are out. Widow's Bay. What did I say? Did I not say Widow's Bay? Oh, I can't watch that one without you. Okay. Yeah, that one does look good. Yeah. That's I think basically all I watched. I am excited though because today is May 1st, so happy May Day if that's something that you do, and I think it's Beltane as well. I I don't know. Is there a full moon tonight too? If there is, like witchy things should be afoot then if all that is coming together, which is lovely. I don't do witchy things. It's like takes too much energy. But anyway, um, where I was going with that whole thing is on I don't remember which channel because there's so many streaming channels out there. Um, I don't think it was Shudder though. Whatever. But Heresy came out today and it's only like an hour long. It's a movie, but that one looks really good too. And if you enjoyed The Witch, that has Black Phillip in it, then I think you'll probably like this one as well. They look very similar. It even has that like different dialect in it too. So I imagine they'll probably have subtitles, but I'm not sure because I haven't watched it yet. And then the other thing on this channel is I think it's every Friday, starting with today. They're putting out one season of Tales from the Crypt. So tonight, season one is out. So I'm excited because I haven't seen that since I was like a kid and it was on TV. Just to go back and watch them and to see all the like famous people. I think Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks is in one of them. So like to see all these people that I grew up watching in other movies and TV shows, and then like to see them like decades ago in one of maybe their first television shows. So I'm excited to see that one, and just the Crypt Keeper, his laugh. I mean, that is so. You know it when you hear it. You know exactly what it is. And then there's talking about that. I didn't have this down on my sheet, but so Tales from the Crypt, they did two movies. One was Bordello of Blood, and then the other one was the one that I really like, Demon Knight. Um, and Demon Knight, it has Jada Pickett Smith in it. And you would know the other people too, I imagine, if you saw it. But that one is just, I love that movie. And, oh, Billy Zane. Yeah, Billy Zane. Yeah, I really enjoy him. But I watched it, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And I feel like that one really holds up still. And then Bordello of Blood has Corey Feldman in it. And I don't remember who else. But I watched it around the same time because I was like on a Tales from the Crypt movie kick. All two of them. And that one does not hold up as well. That one was pretty. I mean, it's still amusing, but it's not as good as Demon Knight at all in my mind. But let me know if you've seen either one of them. And if not, I highly recommend Demon Knight if you're in the mood for like a 90s horror. Billy Zane, yay! Okay. Well, I'm like running out of things. I could talk about more things, but those are like my big things that I have to talk about. Boop. Also, but yeah, it does have a lot of nudity in it. I mean, it takes place in a horror house, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of, yeah, peak 90s. You got to see breasts and, any horror movie from the, well, 80s too. I mean, I feel like sometimes 80s was even more than the 90s. Yeah, it was a lot. Like, just random boobs anywhere. Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts or movies you guys want to throw out? Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds, Porky's. Although, well, no, even what was that one with Mind Blank? Everybody Wants Some. It was he's in the restaurant and there's that hamburger that comes alive and it's dancing. One Crazy Summer. I think that one was One Crazy Summer. And then the other one was Better Off Dead with the kid, the paper boy who wants his $2. Like, I'll randomly just yell that. Or if someone says $2, like, I have to say, I want my $2 because it's just, you need to say that. And then Booger was in yeah, exactly, I want my $2. Booger was in not One Crazy Summer because it didn't take place, and I just said it. Oh my God, my mind is going blah. Better Off Dead. Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. And I love his character in that one because he's like snorting snow and he's like, this mountain is so pure. Why didn't you tell me about it? Yeah. Okay. I'm running out of steam here. Don't know what else to say. What time is it? Oh, almost an hour, like 45 minutes. That's decent. Next, I guess for my next stream, I'll need to watch more movies over the next week. I guess I can do that. And also the TV shows. There's so many TV shows out there, though. I mean, but you have to have a life and, like, go do things, too. Like, go walk around the neighborhood and enjoy the new flowers that are popping up. There's this one house that way, which means nothing to you at all. But I love passing by their house because they have tons of flowers, and then they have like little fairy gardens and like wind chimes, and I want to make our backyard a little bit like that. We don't have much of a yard, which is one of the reasons why we bought this house, because we're not yard people. But I want to make it a little bit more magical back there. Boop, boop, boop. What about Wet Hot American Summer? I don't. I think I watched that one once. Wasn't it like at a camp and Paul Rudd was in that one? I think. But I honestly don't remember about it. But if you're talking about nudity, yeah, I think there's a lot of nudity in that one. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I've actually never watched that movie. Um, so yeah. Mortal Kombat 2, yes. And isn't that coming out is it May that's coming out? I'm excited about that one. Yes, so Wet Hot American Summer does have a lot of nudity, and Paul Rudd is what I'm getting from Carmen's, yes. And one could argue that The Boys is at least horror adjacent. Yeah. Yeah, it's got some horrific things. Yeah, we've been watching the last season of The Boys. We still have to watch the second season of Gen V. And I kind of wanted to watch it before the last season of The Boys just to see if there's any tie-ins. But like I said, there's so much to watch that it is what it is. Yeah, how can we be married if you haven't seen Fast Times? I don't know. I guess was Fast Times one that you liked? I mean, is that something that I actually need to see? Oh, and talking about like seeing movies or a movie that you can't believe someone hasn't seen, especially like our age. Spiros had never seen like I think he's seen parts of it, but Stand By Me, he hadn't like ever seen the entire movie at once until I don't know, like a month or so ago. So I'm like, what? Stephen King, Stand By Me? That's an awesome movie. Another awesome movie, Stephen King, and like his short stories translate so well into movies. Um, you mind blank once again. The one, what is the name? um, it's a different title from I think in the book than. But okay, Shawshank. Yes, thank you. I knew you'd know what I was talking about. Shawshank Redemption. I mean, that movie is just it's so good, and like the story is so good too. And they're so. I mean, I think they're almost like identical. So that's awesome. I had only seen the first 10 minutes of Stand By Me, and like when we rewatched it like a month ago, it's still a good movie. It felt a lot shorter than I remember, but I mean, it was one of his short stories, and it was still good. I feel like it was a lot more meaningful and powerful when I was younger, because I mean, I saw it probably when I was about 10. Um, so that was like the perfect age to see it, even though I wasn't like having adventures, with a group of friends out in the woods. It was still, yeah, it was a good movie. Shawshank is my favorite movie of all time. What's yours? Kristen still hasn't seen Shawshank or hasn't seen Stand By Me, because we need to have like a movie party and watch that. Then watch both of them. My favorite movie, like of all time, would be Clue. But my favorite horror movie would be April Fool's Day, the 1986 version, not the remake. And like, I just rewatched April Fool's Day so I could do a review of it on April Fool's Day this year. And I still really enjoyed it, but I think it's the nostalgia factor for that one because, no, I still really enjoy it. All the bad and stupid stuff in it, I still really love it. And I think just because I want to go to a place like that sometime and have a murder mystery that intense and everything. So yeah. Shawshank. She still hasn't seen Shawshank? Oh my God. Okay, I mean, not seeing Stand By Me, like, okay, whatever. But Shawshank it's too awesome not to have seen. When you see her, you need to be like, Kristen, you need to watch this movie because it is so good. I don't feel like she'll regret it because that's an awesome movie. Say Wantaneo. That was the word I was thinking when I was trying to process the name. Like Shawshank was going through my brain and Say Wantaneo at the same time, and they're getting like mushed together, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm thinking. Ah, the place in Mexico. Yes. Is that? I wonder. I'm sure that's probably a real place. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. It looked beautiful wherever it was, wherever they filmed the movie, and you saw that at the end. It was beautiful. Yeah, we need a vacation soon. What is today? Today's the first. We're soon. We'll be going someplace, so that'll be nice. Yay! Going away. Carmen, what's your favorite movie? And like, I haven't seen Corrine. Maybe she had to go elsewhere. Did I see any of her comments? Am I hallucinating? Yeah, I did at the beginning. Okay. Maybe she had to step out for other things. Yes. So it's I mean, obviously this is a first stream and, getting people to find anything. I mean, there's so much content to eat and consume that to find one stream like in the gazillions of streams out there is like, yeah, impossible. But it is Friday night, so everyone's having streams. And then one of the horror people that I watch, Death Ray Davy, he is having a 5-movie marathon, 5 of the Halloweens, and he's doing a food bank, trying to raise money for it. So a lot of people are over there too. So yay! And I was over there earlier when he was watching the first Halloween, and we donated some money and everything. It's a good charity. He lives in, I think, New Mexico? No, Arizona. I think Arizona. So it's a food bank in Arizona and everything. So that's cool. Would you? Yeah, you'd go with Shawshank. That movie is awesome. That is such a good movie. What's that other one, Spiros, that you like? The one with the president? Is it called Dave? I think it is. I don't know. That one was a good movie too, though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're close to an hour. um. Oh, American President. Okay, there is a Dave one though. I don't really like it anymore though. Oh, okay. I don't remember what it was about. All Cameron and the girls are watching it this weekend at the campground. They're um, Shawshank or a different one. Gavin and the girls. And do they go? Do they have like? Are they doing like a tent, or do they have like a camper, or do they just like do car camping? American President was just oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like really remember at all either one of them, Dave or American President. I don't know. Shawshank. Okay. That's kind of, I mean, if it's like a campground with like lots of kids and stuff, I mean, Shawshank is a great movie, but I don't feel like it's a kids movie. So that's kind of weird. I feel like they would have, I don't know, kids movies anymore. I have no idea. I can't even name a recent kid movie. No idea. To fix the budget. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, you can't fix our budget at this point in time. But okay, it's a movie and it's fiction, so that's all that matters. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to maybe stream on Wednesdays, like around 7 weekly, and see how that goes for a while. So thank you, Carmen and Corrine and Prince for stopping by, and of course, Spiros. Thank you all. So I'll let you know, and if there's like a topic, like a certain movie you want me to like watch and talk about, or I don't know, whatever, just send it my way, and I'm up for most movies. There's one, though, if you tell me Alex's Apartments, that one I will not watch. But otherwise, and there's another one where there was someone having sex with a skull. That type of thing I'm not into either. So, but I don't feel like you probably are either, hopefully. I don't know. Who knows? Stephen King movie ranking stream could be fun. Oh, yeah, it could be fun. Man, has had so many of his stories. That is very true. And I find it amusing that he's like a character, or he does a brief cameo in so many of his movies. But I think we had just watched Misery recently for a different stream. We watched Misery. Oh, and Stand By Me. That's what we're watching, and we're like talking about him. And I did not find him at all, I think, in either of the movies. Um, so I wonder like which movie he started doing cameos in. That's easy enough to Google and find out. But yeah, I think um, doing a stream with the some movie rankings of Stephen King could be fun. Or like even like movies of the 80s or 90s, horror movies of the 80s or 90s. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Okay, well, I'm out of steam, but thank you very much, Carmen and Corrine and Prince and my husband for joining me tonight. Like I said, Wednesdays I think will be the night I try. So if you're around and want to join, cool, cool, cool. And yeah, thanks. Bye. I have to find the end stream button now. Boop. Let's see if it actually ends. It still says it's going. Boop. End.